Hey everyone, so today is day 2 of test fitting the Honda K24 engine into the Porsche. So what we've done is, instead of ordering up the adapter plate just yet, we have made sort of a homemade wood adapter plate to bolt the transmission to the engine. It's locating it perfectly. We've got a location on the, basically for the input shaft of the transmission and the crankshaft for the K24 engine. So we've got it on the correct angle so that the engine sits at its normal lean and that the transmission is straight up and down. So yeah, basically what we're gonna do now is we're gonna test fit it. We got the transmission mount bolts. We're gonna slip the end of the transmission into its bracket and throw these bolts in, and then I guess lift up the engine into place. Make sure it clears the engine bay at the top. So yeah, I think that's where we're at now. So this is basically the last step. If this works, then 100% we'll order up the adapter kit and the clutch kit and wait for that to come in, and then start making, once we have that and we've bolted up, then we'll start making the brackets to hold the engine to the frame. So I guess let's check this out and see if it fits. Okay, so the engine is in with the transmission. Right now the transmission and the transmission mount are using the stock spots. Basically there's 2 holes that you might have saw before. So we have run into one issue. It touches the top of the engine bay. So it's very tight here. My idea is basically I think we have to drop the transmission down 1 bolt hole and basically have the transmission sit about maybe 1 inch lower than it would normally sit. I think that would give us the amount of room that we need. Clearance wise, on the ground clearance wise, we got plenty. Right now the oil pan is way up above the frame. So I don't think it's an issue. I think the plan now is we relocate the 1 bolt to the lower bolt hole and test fit this again, see if it's any better. So let's try that. Okay, so test 2, this will work, I think. Let's get some light. Technically the oil cap is touching, but that can be solved with, well, like I mentioned, if I go with a different valve cover, the RDX valve cover, the oil cap won't be there. So there's just enough clearance. And we test fit one of the axles. It clears the frame. The only issue is this brace. This brace, with us lowering the transmission down a bit, won't clear. It needs to be dropped about 1 inch as well. So I might have to make a new aluminum brace that connects the 2 sides of the suspension. But this fits. I'm calling it. This is doable. It doesn't sit too low. The oil pan is well above the frame. I'm just gonna, the only hard part will be remaking this brace that I can't bolt in at the moment. And possibly, realistically, I might be able to just clearance it a bit and box it, like weld in on the sides, just to give it back its strength. But everything lines up. Like right now the crank is basically centered. So this is how it's gonna sit. It's tight up to the top, but that's not a big deal. Lots of space. So I think this is a success. I think I should pull the trigger and order the kit so I can keep going. Looks like this is gonna happen. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. This is a win. And next step is order up the adapter plate and the clutch. Once that's in, then we'll make a bracket, figure how to make a bracket to go from these two engine mounts and a mount to the engine. Like if you compare it to how the Porsche is mounted, this is the bracket that spans those two mounts, and it bolts up, basically just bolts up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there, maybe 6. So if we do something similar over here, we can either maybe utilize this. I don't know how strong this would be. We can either utilize a brace that goes across here, or we could go down and connect to the sides of the block. I guess the thing to do, we'll dress the motor with all the accessories and see where everything lands and see what space we're working with and go from there. But yeah, this is doable, totally. It'll fit, no problem. I'm definitely gonna order up the adapter kit now so we can move forward and get to the next phase. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys are liking it, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.